into log of sin y plus sin of pi x by 2 into sin y to the power of sin of pi x by 2 minus 1 into cos of phi into dy by dx. Now the second part is this one, and we try to differentiate it with respect to x. So d by dx of root 3 by 2 into sec inverse of 2x is equal to root 3 by 2 into 2 by 2 times modulus of x into under root of 4x square minus 1. Similarly, we try to differentiate the third part, that is 2 to the power of x into tan of ln of x plus 2. So when we try to differentiate it, we get 2 to the power of x into sec square log of x plus 2 divided by x plus 2, because we see that the differential of tan x is sec square x and the differential of ln x is 1 by x. So we apply the chain rule to get sec square into log of x plus 2 divided by x plus 2, and we differentiate this part as 2 to the power of x into log 2 into tan of ln of x plus 2. Thus we get this expression as the differential of 2 to the power of x into tan of ln of x plus 2. Thus what we do is we add all these differentials. So dy by dx would be equal to minus of root 3 by pi whole square divided by under root of 1 minus root 3 by pi whole square, and this is nothing but equal to 3 by pi into under root of pi square minus 3. So we see that dy by dx is equal to this value at the point x equal to minus 1. So we see that this was a very big implicit equation. At first the differentiation seemed to be very much lengthy, and in fact it is, but the point is, if we break it into parts, then the process of finding the differential coefficient of such parts is quite easy, and so the solution becomes simpler if you break a big function into parts and try to find the differentials of each and every part. Welcome students once again. In our previous lecture, we have studied about what is differentiation, some fundamental rules of differentiation, various methods to differentiate functions, and we also solved some IIT problems. In this lecture, we are going to introduce the concept of higher order derivatives, how to calculate them, what is their significance and their applications. Also in this lecture, we are going to see how differentiation is used in series expansion. So let's quickly begin this lecture. So the first part of this lecture is differentiation of one function with respect to another function. Till now we have seen the differentiation of a function with respect to an independent variable. But let's now study the differentiation of one function with respect to another function. Both these functions have the same independent variable. So let us say that y is a function of x such that y equal to f of x. Let us say that z is another function of x such that z equal to g of x. Now dy by dx would be equal to f dash x and dz by dx would be equal to g dash x. Now we have to find the differentiation of one function with respect to another, that is, we have to find out dy by dz, or we have to differentiate fx with respect to the function z. So dy by dz is equal to f dash x divided by g dash x, that is, we divide this equation by this equation. So dy by dz is equal to f dash x by g dash x. Here f dash x by g dash x is the differentiation of fx with respect to another function gx. Let's try to see an example to understand this concept. Differentiate tan inverse x with respect to 1 minus x by 1 plus x. So here we have to differentiate the function tan inverse x, not with respect to x, but with respect to the function 1 minus x divided by 1 plus x. So let's see the solution of this. Let us say that y is equal to tan inverse x and z is equal to 1 minus x by 1 plus x. Here y equal to tan inverse x is one function and z equal to 1 minus x by 1 plus x is another function, and we have to differentiate tan inverse x with respect to this function. The dy by dx would be equal to 1 by 1 plus x square, as the differential coefficient of tan inverse x is 1 by 1 plus x square. Now dz by dx would be the differentiation of this function, and this is equal to 1 plus x into minus 1 minus 1 minus x whole divided by 1 plus x whole square. Here we use the quotient rule, and this is equal to minus 2 by 1 plus x whole square. So dz by dx is equal to minus 2 by 1 plus x whole square. Now we have to calculate the value of dy by dz, and we see that dy by dz can be written as equal to dy by dx divided by dz by dx. So dy by dz is equal to 1 by 1 plus x square whole divided by minus 2 by 1 plus x whole square, which is equal to 1 plus x whole square divided by minus 2 1 plus x square. When we differentiate tan inverse x with respect to 1 minus x by 1 plus x, we get this following result. Now let's see another method, that is the method of substitution. Now what is the method of substitution? In this method, we replace or substitute x by some different function so as to reduce the complex expression to a simpler one which can be easily differentiated. So in this method, what we do is we replace or substitute x by some different function of some other variable. Why we do this? This is done to reduce the complex expression to a simpler one and which could be easily differentiated. Thus it reduces our efforts and make the expression simpler and easy to differentiate. So let's see an example. Let y is equal to cot inverse of under root of 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x. This whole expression is under the root. Find dy by dx at the point x equal to root 3 by 2. So in this problem we have been given y equal to cot inverse of under root of 1 plus x by 1 minus x, and we have to calculate the derivative at the point x equal to root 3 by 2. So let's see how to use the method of substitution in this problem. So let's substitute x equal to cos 2 theta. Now why we have substituted x by cos 2 theta, this will become more clear when we further look at the solution of this. So we put this value of x in the expression for y to get y equal to cot inverse of under root of 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 1 minus cos 2 theta. Now from the basic trigonometric identity we see that 1 plus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 times cos square theta, and 1 minus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 times sin square theta. So when we put this value of 1 plus cos 2 theta here and 1 minus cos 2 theta here, we get the expression as y equal to cot inverse of under root of cos square theta by sin square theta. Now cos square theta by sin square theta is nothing but equal to cot square theta, and under root of cot square theta is cot theta. So y is equal to cot inverse of cot theta. Now cot inverse of cot theta is nothing but equal to theta. So y is equal to theta. But we also know that x is equal to cos 2 theta. So theta would be equal to 1 by 2 cos inverse x. Thus dy by dx is equal to 1 by 2 into minus 1 divided by under root of 1 minus x square. Thus we get the expression for dy by dx. Now we have to find dy by dx at the point x equal to root 3 by 2. So dy by dx is equal to minus 1 by 2 into 1 by under root of 1 minus 3 by 4, and that is equal to minus 1. Thus the value of dy by dx at the point x equal to root 3 by 2 is equal to minus 1. So we see that through the method of substitution the problem became quite easy and the function became very much easy to differentiate. Now for some of the standard forms I am going to give you some tips. That is, so if we have any function of the form of under root of a square minus x square, then substitute x equal to a sin theta. Similarly, if we have any function of the form a square plus x square, then substitute x equal to a tan theta. And if we have any function of the form 1 plus x divided by 1 minus x, then substitute x equal to cos of 2 theta. So these are the substitutions which we can make and reduce the complex form of function to a very simpler one, which becomes very much easy to differentiate. Now let's come to the next part of this lecture, that is higher order derivatives. Till now we have seen what is dy by dx. Now the derivative of dy by dx with respect to x is called the second derivative of y with respect to x, and it is denoted by d square y by dx square. So till now we have differentiated y equal to fx with respect to x. Now we are going to look at the derivative of dy by dx with respect to x, and this is nothing but the second derivative of y with respect to x. That is, we are differentiating the function y equal to fx two times, and it is denoted by d square y by dx square. Similarly, the derivative of d square y by dx square